Salute, salute, salute. Bow. What it is, man, this is Boxing Nocturnal Thoughts real quick video. The GWOAT Claressa Shields versus Savannah Marshall is going down. This is probably going to be like the second biggest fight for women's boxing. We just had that Amanda Serrano versus Katie Taylor, which was huge. I don't think this one is going to be as big to the female boxing, but to me it's just as big, especially for Claressa Shields, because to me this is her best opportunity that she's going to ever have to have that fight that is a rivalry against an arch nemesis, somebody that she got the history with, you know what I'm saying, got a little background. The only person she beat Claressa Shields in the amateurs, you know what I'm saying? Plus, she's knocking people out. Savannah Marshall has knockout power. For all the excuses that we hear why females don't have more knockouts, you know, shorter rounds and things like that, Savannah Marshall's just knocking people out. She's heavy-handed. And when I watch Savannah Marshall's fight, she kind of reminds me of Patrick Ford. I watched him in the documentary where he fought against Salvador Sanchez. And, you know, that rangy type of guy that can flick out that jab and then follow up with a power. Of course, she gets compared to Tyson Fury a lot, too, just because she's kind of a slick boxer. To me, she doesn't fight as much like Tyson Fury, though. But she does she fights on the swivel. She moves around sometimes. To me, she gives up her height a little bit, but she throws punches with heavy hands, and they're very fluid and they're not telegraphed. She just kind of lets her hands go, and you know what I'm saying, a knockout will come out from nowhere, and it's real. She's knocking people out. Like, the common opponent she has with Claressa Shields is Femke Hermans. I know that I'm not pronouncing that correctly, but Femke Hermans went the distance with Claressa Shields. You know, a couple of years later, fought Savannah Marshall and was, you know, put on a highlight reel. So Claressa Shields has a nemesis. It wasn't Christina Hammer. She dominated that fight. She dominated Ivana Habazin. She dominated Marie-Eve Decora. She had a good fight with Hannah Gabriels, got dropped, but she got back up and dominated that fight. So Claressa Shields was like looking like, you know, she didn't have any resistance. It looked like Claressa Shields just was dominating all these female competitors, to the point where some people were saying maybe she should even fight some dudes. You know what I'm saying? I said that before myself. Like, you know, she was looking for a gimmick. I didn't like the UFC move. And she was talking about fighting Jake Paul and all of this. I'm like, well, I wouldn't fight Jake Paul, but she can fight a little small dude, you know what I'm saying, to have an exhibition. Just to me, she was trying to find a way to really get the bag, you know what I mean? Like, to me, she was complaining that she wasn't getting paid enough, all the work she had, the gold medals, you know what I'm saying, all the belts, and she felt like because she was a woman, she just wasn't getting paid enough. So I felt like, hey man, go out there and fight a dude. But anyways, man, the first press conference was back and forth. They've had like little times where they would get into the ring with each other after a fight. Claressa Shields, man, she's a fireball, man, you know. But to me, she's very entertaining to watch. And I will say, Claressa Shields, man, she's absolutely gorgeous. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. But this fight against Savannah Marshall, to me, is probably the most dangerous fight for her, because I've seen Savannah Marshall fight against a style that was pressure, and she can weather some storms. Savannah Marshall's is a little slow, in my opinion. To me, she has a little bit. Claressa Shields definitely is going to have a speed advantage, but for some reason, Claressa Shields don't have a whole lot of knockout power. And she knocked down Ivana Habazin, but when I first seen Claressa Shields come on the scene, I thought she would be knocking more people out. when I first seen her fight against Tori Nelson and she didn't knock out Tori Nelson, I started thinking that Claressa Shields was just going to be like a novelty act. And then she went on to just keep conquering and conquering and conquering. And then I finally had to capitulate and say she's the GWOAT. I don't like the way the GWOAT sounds, but that's what she is. She's the GWOAT. All I know is she's beautiful. That's all I know. She's beautiful as hell. I love her interviews. I love her spirit. I love her. I love everything about Claressa Shields 100%. And I think this fight right here is probably going to be the biggest fight she can have, because it's against a nemesis, but it's also a dangerous fight, because I think we're going to see about 3 knockdowns. I think that Savannah Marshall might catch her and knock her down twice, and I think Claressa Shields is going to knock her down at least 1 time too. But I think for the most part, Claressa Shields is going to outbox her. Too fast, too much pressure. She's probably going to be, dominating most of the rounds. She'd probably get caught off balance and get dropped maybe once or twice, and then she's probably going to get her get back and she's going to knock down Savannah Marshall. Probably going to be kind of a close little fight back and forth. Maybe it'll be close enough fight to where they can run it back and do, a repeat, do a part 2 and make even more money. But that's how I see this fight going. I see Claressa Shields winning the fight by decision, but I do see her getting dropped twice, and I see her dropping Savannah Marshall at least once. So this should be an action-packed fight. You know what I'm saying? And I think the build-up and the back and forth is probably going to be more entertaining than what you see from a lot of dudes. You know what I'm saying? Like Anthony Joshua versus Alexander Usyk, the press conference is going to be dry. It's going to be a good fight. And that's one thing I have to give credit for. Claressa Shields, she is definitely must-see TV. And Savannah Marshall also is very quippy and witty, and she has that accent, and she kind of gets under Claressa Shields' skin a lot. And kind of sometimes it makes me wonder, maybe she can get inside her head and play head games similar to Tyson Fury. You know what I'm saying? And that might be something that could take Claressa Shields out of her game. I mean, the only thing I don't like about Claressa Shields is when she went to the UFC and took that first loss. I always remember what Mayweather used to say: once you lose, it's in you to know how to lose. You know what I'm saying? Now, I know it was in UFC and it was different, and that was even a tough fight, which was a close fight too. She didn't just get dominated. She actually went in there and held her own in the UFC, in the octagon. But I'm just saying, a loss is a loss. Once you lose once, it can be in your mind to just know how to accept a loss. Now, I really can't see Claressa Shields accepting a loss in the boxing ring. I just don't see that in her nature. For real, Claressa Shields is like, she has a different mindset than most men I see. But even that, physically, when you're going up against it, if she starts to lose, it might just be in her, she's taken a loss. It might just be somewhere in her mind where she will accept a loss because she's lost. It's hard to explain, but once you lose, you do develop. You have to get over that. And she came back and she fought in the boxing ring and won, but not against somebody as tough as Savannah Marshall. So Savannah Marshall, she does, and Savannah Marshall won against her before in the amateurs. So Claressa Shields is going to come in here with somewhat of a point to prove and a chip on her shoulder. And I think she wants to really display her skills and her talent and really solidify her whole legacy with this fight. But at the same time, I just know a little bit more about Claressa Shields than Savannah Marshall. Savannah Marshall might really be a beast too. Every fight I've seen her in, she's looked impressive, and she's definitely knocking people out. She definitely has a crafty style, you know what I'm saying? And she's not just there to be hit. She's elusive. Like I said, to me, she's a little slow. Sometimes she gives up her height a little too much when she gets to bobbing and weaving. Sometimes she weaves into a punch. But at the same time, she do got some decent defense, and she got some nice, fluid, heavy-handed punches. And I just can't look at that and say this is going to be an easy fight for Claressa Shields. This might be a tough fight for Claressa Shields, but I think it's going to be a great fight either way, win, lose, or draw. Let the best man win. Let the best woman win You know what I'm saying? And I'm looking forward to the fight. It kind of is breaking up the monotony of boxing right now. Ain't really got nothing going on. Nothing really fantastic going on. Just a bunch of shit getting spun through the rumor mill. You know what I'm saying? And I don't like talking about all that hypothetical shit. So anyways, I'm gone. Video already too long. Like I said, Claressa Shields, the GWOAT, T-Rex, looking gorgeous, looking beautiful, looking vicious, looking mean. And not Marie DeCurr, but Savannah Marshall, she looking pretty comfortable and confident and focused and unbothered by that whole energy that, you know, most people would be intimidated by. She don't seem intimidated. She seems relaxed. You know what I'm saying? And she seems like she does have the mindset of, I'm gonna do what I always do. I'm gonna beat you with my boxing. Yeah. And she's probably looking for a knockout, to be honest. So shit should be very, very interesting. It's probably the most interesting thing I've seen about boxing currently. Oh, real quick, shouts out to the real Marlo. I'm gonna tell you, the real Marlo TV. Bow, salute, man. It's his time. It's his time. That dude is doing his thing right now, and I gotta give him a little shine and tell everybody right now, it's real Marlo time, man. Y'all go check him out, man. That dude right now, he's on a you know what I'm saying? Right now, he's just getting into a zone. Put it like that. He's very watchable, very entertainable, and he's easy to. I watch. If Marlo drops something, I'm watching it expeditiously. You dig what I'm saying? So salute to the real Marlo. Everybody go over there and check out his channel. Check out his car channel. And if you're into video games, check out his video game channel. You dig what I'm saying? This is Boxing Nocturnal Thoughts. Salute, salute, salute. I'm gone, man. Bow.